What is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 716 of Community Universe Mode and edition number 42 of Supremacy. We are still inching towards the grandest stage of them all, Ascendance 8. It is now just a little over a week away, my friends. But tonight we have an action-packed card, as always, kicking off with yet another Money in the Bank qualifying match, and this one going to pit the Justice family against one another, as only one will make it to Ascendance and the Money in the Bank ladder match, guys. Jared Leon takes on Bloody Justice. Now, the good news for the Justice family, obviously, being Joy Justice receiving a shot at the Women's Championship for winning Queen of the Ring. She will challenge Danielle Davis at Ascendance 8. And even more good news, at least one of these two will be at Ascendance, will be in the Money in the Bank ladder match, but only one. Who will it be, Jared Leon or Bloody Justice? These two have faced off many times this season, although every other time there was a lot of animosity between them. The two now engaging in a bit of friendly as the Justice family can be competition. 4 spots remaining in the Money in the Bank ladder match, and all of them will be filled here tonight. We know that Gary Reed has already qualified. Dave Turner has already qualified. Also tonight, Masawa Kage takes on Mike Miles. George King takes on Patch Mondo. And Christian Kai takes on Golden Cat. All 6 spots will be filled here tonight, as Jared Leon is starting off strong here against BJ. Some headbutts, and now it looks like he's maybe hesitating a bit. Jared Leon did more often than not get the better of Bloody Justice in their battles throughout this season. Who can forget their I Quit match? The first and today only I Quit match ever in CMV history. Definitely will be interesting to see either one of these guys compete in the Money in the Bank ladder match. I wouldn't say either is exactly apt at that type of match. Neither is super agile, nor do they possess stellar speed that is needed in a match like Money in the Bank. But, well, we've seen superstars who match that same description win Money in the Bank in the past. Look at Dave Turner, who's a former Money in the Bank winner competing in this year's Money in the Bank. But definitely Bloody Justice, who's still chasing that world championship. This could be as close as he's ever been if he's able to defeat Jared Leon and qualify. And then, of course, the winner earns that briefcase that can cash in anytime, anywhere for a world championship match. Only twice before has it ever been cashed in and not been successful. Courtesy of Sophia Gibson and Nick Blake. Every other time, though, the briefcase has been cashed in and a new champion has been crowned. Bloody Justice with the claw might have his brother-in-law teetering. Could be a great night for husband and wife if Jared Leon does beat Bloody Justice here. Leon wins Money in the Bank. Joy wins the Women's Championship. Could be much to celebrate about. See Bloody Justice, much like Jared Leon earlier, perhaps hesitating a bit. Now that these two are back on the same page, they don't want to be fighting each other, but again, only one is going to be given the opportunity at the show of shows. Hook of the leg by Bloody Justice. Will that be enough? No, it will not. Along with all the Money in the Bank qualifying matches here tonight, guys, our main event going to be a doozy as Andrew Briggs and Brett Curtis team together in what should be an interesting pairing. Bit of a coalition to kill Jason Spade. They will be taking on the team of Dave Turner and undisputed World Heavyweight Champion Jason Spade, who of course is set to defend his championship at Ascendance against King of the Hill winner Andrew Briggs. But, well, big news pertaining to that a little bit later on tonight. Hook of the leg by Jared Leon after that swinging neck breaker. Will it be enough? No, it will not. I'm sure all the other superstars who are in qualifying matches tonight, along with Gary Reed and Dave Turner watching this match. Dave Turner's got to be the favorite of the lineup right now. No matter who qualifies, would probably be the favorite as a past Money in the Bank winner who cashed it in successfully after Ascendance 2 to become world champion for his third and final time. That was many years ago. Jared Leon looks like he might have an idea here. Bloody Justice up against the ropes. And Leon, nearly decapitating his brother-in-law. Jared Leon, the former NGW Tag Team Champion and Unified World Tag Team Champion. Bloody Justice, a two-time Fusion Tag Team Champion and former Unified World Tag Team Champion. Still on the hunt for his first singles championship. A CMV veteran. Bloody Justice has proved himself a viable singles contender, although he certainly does prefer the tag team division and is very successful within the tag team division. Nice swing and neck breaker. And Bloody Justice just absolutely no sells for his brother-in-law. And there's the claw again. The claw by Bloody Justice. Jared Leon immediately begins to stir. I'm sure they hit that on each other in the Bloody Forest just for fun. Shoving their hands down each other's throats, who knows? Thankfully, I've never been to the Bloody Forest. Nice counter of the choke slam. Bloody Justice right into Sister's Joy. Man, he saw his shot and he took it. 1, 2, no! Bloody Justice nearly punching his ticket to the grandest stage of them all, but Jared Leon resilient. He is the tough SOB to put down. Bloody Justice knows he's on top right now. He's got to keep it that way. Forearm smash and again. Gonna catapult himself off the second turnbuckle into the corner with a forearm smash, running out of it with a bulldog. Leon is hurting for certain. There's no doubt about that. Bloody Justice going on top. Justice not a frequent flyer. And what is he thinking about up here? Bloody Justice biding his time, waiting for his shot. But countered by Leon into a snap power slam. And Leon might now have Justice dead to rights. Another chokeslam countered again by Bloody Justice, this time into a complete shot, and Justice really making Leon work for it. Dragging him back into the ring from the apron. No punches pulled. These two tearing each other apart. There's the sickle. Vintage Bloody Justice. Does he have it? 1, 2. No, man, Bloody Justice just can't seem to find a way to put Jared Leon down for the 3 count. But so much respect he has for his brother-in-law as he immediately goes for another Sister's Joy. Caught by Jared Leon, though. He says, not again, I don't think so. Coming up from behind, Bloody Justice knows him, look at the back of his hand. And a big Xander Slate fan as he hits a Slain by Slate. A Cobra Clutch Slam. Who isn't a Slate fan, though? And now full mount, perhaps some of those old emotions bubbling to the surface. Bloody Justice laying into Leon. Leon brought to his feet. Bloody Justice again tries to strike, looking for that killing blow, but Leon doing a very good job of keeping him at bay. And we've seen this before, haven't we? This is what Jared Leon used to win that I Quit match, and it works again here tonight. Bloody Justice choked out. He did not tap, but he passed out. Referee had to call it. I don't blame him. Jared Leon is going to Ascendance. He has qualified for the Money in the Bank ladder match. And you gotta feel bad for Bloody Justice, who will not be competing at the Showcase of the Immortals, and he looks defeated as he heads to the back, but Jared Leon has qualified for the Money in the Bank ladder match. He's the 3rd confirmed competitor. Bloody Justice has regained consciousness, refused to be seen by the referee as he heads to the back. Can't blame him for being a bit sour about that loss. There are still 3 spots left to be filled in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Who will take them? Sawakage takes on Mike Miles. George King takes on Patch Mondo. And Christian Kai battles Golden Cat. But coming up next, guys, we've got some interesting action as European champion Reese Matthews is going to go one-on-one with Bob Luger. And this has the potential to be a show stealer for sure. Should be an excellent wrestling match. Reese Matthews, who of course failed to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match, being defeated by Gary Reed. Now just looking to keep himself afloat as European champion. Definitely facing a tough challenge here in Bob Luger, who we have not seen since his erratic behavior inside of the Elimination Chamber at Purgatory went insane a little bit. I think all these losses are catching up to Luger. He's been on a losing streak for a couple of months now, and in the chamber he just snapped, eliminating his own friend and former tag team partner Quantum first, costing Quantum the International Championship. And then of course he went on to attack the referee for like 5 minutes straight before getting tangled in the chamber and, well, in the end getting defeated by D'Angelo Prince. But maybe, just maybe, now that Bob Luger knows at Ascendance he will be facing Quantum one-on-one, he can snap out of this funk, focus here tonight against Reese Matthews. And we are going to see Quantum at ringside. Last week picking up a victory. The Future Man going to see if Luger can match him, or if that losing streak will continue into the show of shows. Matthews definitely with no qualms taking advantage of Luger's current emotional state. Luger's been here before, though. When he first arrived in CMV, went on a very memorable losing streak before finally turning things around and went on to become one of the greatest superstars in CMV history. 2-time Alpha World Champion, 2-time International Champion, former Unified World Tag Team Champion with Quantum. Half of me wants to sympathize with Luger. All of these defeats mounting and causing Luger to go through a bit of a mental break, but at the same time, Luger's got to be able to focus up here. Jawbreaker by Reese Matthews. These two already going to the outside. Grabbing the back of Reese's head. Luger, overhand gets caught, deflected. I'm sure Reese Matthews, not a happy camper. The fact that he won't be competing at Ascendance 8 after failing to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. Oh, nasty neck breaker here beside the announce table. And into the steel steps goes Reese, ribs first. And Luger, you can tell he is just acting, what's a good word, a proper description for the way that the work ethic Titan is going about his business lately. He's a maniac for sure. We used to call him the cardio maniac. I think maybe just maniac is fine. Quantum getting a good look at Luger here, close range. You know, Luger put Reese Matthews there specifically, and bumping into Quantum as he rushes back into the ring. Luger, I think, trying to get Quantum to interfere in this match. Quantum so far holding his composure. Talk about a front row seat, though. Face to face, and Quantum's not backing down either. Luger's just throwing Reese Matthews around like it ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Now Reese gonna throw Luger into the ring, chasing after him after they spent almost the entirety of this match so far at ringside. Oh, he's got the ropes cut up. Oh, and a nice sleeper slam by the European champion, grabbing Luger by the arm. Interesting idea by Reese here. Usually it's Luger who likes to soften up his opponent's arms for that cross armbar he pulls out rarely, but maybe Matthews looking for a submission of some kind. Big old punch to the forehead of Luger, and Reese is liking his chances right now. Reese knows what it's like to be on a losing streak. Remember the end of last season? Remember last year's Ascendance where Reese Matthews competed dressed as a clown, but still won his match, defeating Marvelous Marvin, so don't knock it. Nice rope-assisted backbreaker by Reese Matthews. Now going to continue to target that lower back. I don't think he got all that elbow drop. Looks like he was a bit off. Maybe going to try again, though. Give Reese Matthews credit. He's not a quitter. Oh, and this time he took too long, and Bob Luger able to roll out of the way. Like I said, this could either be a big turning point for Luger now, knowing that he will be facing Quantum at Ascendance. Can he finally get a win and put some momentum behind him? Or will the losses continue, which will only benefit the future man, whose momentum has been riding high and only getting higher as of late? It's just a shame Luger had to take out all of his frustrations on someone who was his friend. But I don't think Luger's thinking very clearly. Again, bringing the fight over to Quantum. And you can tell now that Luger wants to bring Ascendance early. I think maybe he wants to tussle with Quantum here tonight on Supremacy, but Quantum is, respect to him, doing a very good job of keeping his emotions in check. And Reese Matthews bringing Luger up, stalling a bit, could be a brain buster. Luger just gets right back up. He is pretty hard-headed. Cheeky little jab. Deflection, though, by Reese Matthews, the European champion, with a swinging neckbreaker. Instantaneously bringing Luger up to one knee. Looking to continue the fight. Big old punch of his own. Reese Matthews got to know, though, even in his current state, Luger were the best to ever do it. Hopefully it doesn't take him lightly. And here's why. Reese Matthews being taken to Suplex City. 1, 2, and 3. Ragdolling Matthews all around the ring. Oh, and Bob Luger wanting to hear from the fans. It seems like they're starting to get on his side again. Maybe that's what Luger needs, the support of these fans to get him back on track. What is he doing here? Luger? Is he going for a Tarantula? A type of Tarantula, it looks like. Didn't target the legs, only the arms. Ooh, and there's a big boot. Nothing pretty about that. That was kind of like a half Tarantula. A Tarantula at 50%. Into the steel steps goes Reese Matthews. That's probably his third or fourth time being thrown into the steps. And Quantum again up close and personal. And look how Luger turns back, showing off those 18-inch pythons, brother. He's doing all he can to antagonize Quantum, and Quantum is just being an absolute gentleman. Into the ring we go. Reese Matthews on his tail. Another punch straight down the gullet. Reese Matthews tried to go for a knife edge chop, blocked by the work ethic Titan, who's got a hold of Reese's arm now. Like I said earlier, maybe trying to soften it up for the cross arm bar. Excuse me, Reese Matthews escapes. Sucked in too much air there. Irish whip into the corner. Bob Luger, big overhand hammer fist. Goes for a drop kick, bit too long on the delay. Luger hit the back of his head. Reese Matthews tries to capitalize, and Luger grabbed the rope, but referee Johnson did not see it, ladies and gentlemen. Luger grabbed the bottom rope after the 2 count. That should have been a rope break, but referee Johnson did not see it, and he counted to 3. Reese Matthews victorious, but with an asterisk. Luger should still have a chance here, but because the referee didn't see the rope break, Reese Matthews picked up the win, and Luger looking deflated as he heads to the back. Another loss, but at least this time he can say it's not exactly a fair defeat. We're all human. The referee made a simple error, but that error just cost Bob Luger another match. And coming up next, guys, yet another Money in the Bank qualifying match, our second of 4 on the night. We kicked off the show seeing Jared Leon defeat Bloody Justice to take the 3rd spot. Who will take the 4th? As Misawa Kage takes on Mike Miles. Later on, George King battles Pachimondo, and Christian Kai will take on Golden Cat. This is going to be an interesting match. I think this is going to be a hard-hitting match. Much like that last match was very mat-based, I think this one we're going to see a lot of punches thrown, a lot of chops, a lot of heads getting rocked as Misawa Kage takes on Mike Miles. These two, of course, getting a feel of each other last week in that tag team match, which was won by the team of Gary Reed and Mike Miles, defeating Misawa Kage and Christian Kai. Mike Miles has been unbeaten since his return. Can he keep it that way and qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match here? Misawa Kage, since debuting mid-season, has been on the verge of success. Made it to the finals of the King of the Ring tournament. Remember at DEF CON, he was a part of the DEF CON match. I believe he was a runner-up before eventually Subject Zero won. Kage taking on Dave Turner, his big return match. Misawa Kage has been on the lips of many in the CMV universe since arriving here, but he hasn't really been able to grab hold of anything just yet and claim any sort of big match win or success. Maybe that'll change here tonight if he can qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. With standing in his way is the former Intercontinental Champion, CMV veteran, the Madman Mike Miles, who, like I said, has been unbeaten since his return, looking to be in the best shape of his career and just mowing down Misawa Kage here early on with these running power slam shades of the one and only British Bulldog. Counters that cutter there, though. Walks right into a back body drop, however. Hooks the leg almost immediately. Not even a 1 count, though. Don't forget our main event here tonight, guys. Andrew Briggs and Brett Curtis, dubbed the Coalition to Kill Jason Spain, look to do just that as they take on the team of Dave Turner and undisputable heavyweight champion Jason Spain. Can Andrew Briggs better his odds heading into Ascendance? Big news a little bit later on tonight. We're also set to see the Unified World Tag Team Champions in action. S&S Connection are here, and Shay Hoxton been celebrating his big win in Nevada, elected senator, so now part-time wrestler, part-time senator, all-time scumbag, but definitely a position Shay Hoxton I think he will thrive in. 63% of the popular vote Shay Hoxton won in Nevada and is now senator. Now he has to balance his time between running Nevada, helping run Nevada, and being one half of the Unified World Tag Team Champions. Oh, snap of the neck right there by Misawa Kage. I'm sure he and Slate were up all night celebrating. Hopefully they'll be ready for the takeover. Misawa Kage has definitely turned this match around. The first couple minutes it was all Mike Miles. Now Kage has put a lid on the big man, making it tough for him to mount any sort of offense. Nice kick to the knee right there. Seemed subtle, but it'll add up if Kage has his way. Forearm smash from the apron. Mike Miles coming back in. Overhand punch. And see how quickly he can change the complexion. Into a front headlock, European uppercut. Staggers does Miles. Thrown into the corner now in full steam ahead. Misawa Kage stopping short. Knife edge chop, lighting that chest up like the 4th of July. Mike Miles rolls out of the way, though, goes for a clothesline. Kage trying to use his momentum against him here. Snapmare by Kage and a big old kick to the back. Another kick to the back. Kage loves his kicks. Of course, coming from Japan, those strikes of his are lethal. Pinpoint knee drop. Miles not looking too great right now. Still in the fight, though. Kick to the midsection to escape that grapple. Tries to go low. Kage with some great takedown offense. Elbows to the back of the head. We've seen this before, haven't we? Misawa Kage with the gory special here. Look how he works the arms, too. A truly painful submission hold. Miles able to get out of it. You see him grabbing at his lower back, grabbing at his shoulder blades. That's a submission move that really works on almost every single part of the body, and Miles felt that. Felt that in his soul. Kage's got him in the corner now, though. Another knife edge chop. Just playing with Mike Miles. Playing with his food before he eats it. Miles not one to be played with, though. Punch to the gut. Oh, and smashing Kage face first. Mike Miles, he's in the zone right now. He's looking at these fans like, come on. Don't lose faith in me now. Clothesline, back body drop. Kage won't stay down. Miles going to make sure he stays down with a ring-shaking spine buster. Into the pin. Does Miles have it? 1, 2, no. A spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match at Ascendance 8 on the line. Who will join Gary Reed, Dave Turner, and Jared Leon? There's that chop block again. Remember how he was targeting the leg earlier in the match? It seems like Kage made sure he had a plan B, and now he's enacting it. Kick to the side of the head. Miles trying to fight through the pain. Just threw him out of the ring. That's just disrespect by Kage as he lets out a primordial yell. Almost as if to mark his territory here. Into the ring we go. Like I said before, Kage just playing with his food, but now he's done. Now he's ready to take a bite from the corner like a speeding bullet with that high knee to the temple, taking his time as he hooks the leg of Mike Miles. 1, 2, 3. Misawa Kage is going to the Money in the Bank ladder match, handing Mike Miles his first loss since returning. And that's got to sting for the Madman, but for Misawa Kage, he finally wins a big one. And now can he win an even bigger one as he heads to Ascendance 8 to compete in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Gary Reed, Dave Turner, Jared Leon, Misawa Kage. Who's going to join them? Who will get the final 2 spots as George King takes on Patch Mondo later on and Christian Kai battles Golden Cat? You knew this was going to be a hard-hitting match, and it most certainly was. Mike Miles, he's hard-headed, but not kicking out of that running knee to the dome piece. Misawa Kage earns his way into the Money in the Bank ladder match. Bit of an international flair to the mix. Can Kage end the season by finally winning a big one? We'll have to wait and see. Coming up next here on Supremacy, number 42, tag team action. Just as will be in our main event when Andrew Briggs and Brett Curtis take on Dave Turner and Jason Spade. The take battling the S&S Connection, Shay Hoxton and Xander Slate, the unified World Tag Team Champions. As said before, Shay Hoxton unexpectedly with a 63% of the popular vote becoming senator in Nevada. Gonna have to split his time between the ring and wearing a suit standing behind a podium. I'd say Shay Hoxton is definitely made to be a a politician, that's for sure. But hopefully he and Slate weren't too late celebrating as they are in action here. And of course, Xander Slate prepares to take on Jacob Ziegler at the Showcase of the Immortals. Xander Slate in an interview last week saying he's going to right the wrong, make up for the mistake he made when he took Jacob Ziegler under his wing all those years ago, bringing him to CMV. He said he's going to take out Ziegler in his last match ever. We've seen Slate's mouth get him in trouble more times than I can count, though. Shay Hawks is going to start things off against Deshaun Williams, who last week failed to earn that Money in the Bank qualifier. So he definitely looking for a big win to get back on track, and knocking off the Unified World Tag Team Champions. A good way to do it. Hits a German suplex and leaves. Perry Heenan now the legal man. And these two are no strangers. Competing last season in a Fatal 4-Way match at Homecoming for the International Championship. And that's actually where Hoxton won his first International Championship. Oh, nice straight jacket German suplex. Hoxton makes the tag to Slate. Hangman's neckbreaker. You know, the tag team champions want to try and maintain their spot on top heading into the show of shows. But the takeover with a real opportunity to knock them off their game and possibly earn a future shot at those titles going into next season. Trying to make a tag there to Hoxton. Oh, and Heenan just knocks him off the apron with a big old punch to the jaw. Hoxton saying something about Heenan's mama, I think I heard from over here. Heenan just about ready to rip his head off, but Slate capitalizing on the distraction. Tag now to Slate. Hoxton gonna get some payback for that cheap shot. Of course, talking about someone's mama's kind of cheap, but it's Shay Hoxton. Hopefully he doesn't play those kind of games when he's in his role as senator. Look at the strength of Hoxton. Perry Heenan, the biggest man in this match, by a decent amount, and Hoxton just freaking chucking him off his shoulders with that power bomb. Circles Heenan, looking for the perfect position and angle to try for the pin. If you ask me, wasting time. Only gets a 1 count. Stalling vertical suplex by Hawks. You see Deshaun Williams extending his hand, offering to tag. Perry Heenan was going the other way. I think he got a little bit of rock from that suplex. Throwing Hoxton overhead. Heenan, a former Anarchy champion and Internet champion. Excuse me, I don't know if you heard that burp, but I didn't burp. Oh, body splash by the near 300-pounder, the bear of a man. Makes the tag to Deshaun Williams. The rookie debuting towards the start of this season. Just kind of flopping around the mid-card before Perry Heenan came around. On the behest of Jaquan Shea, took Deshaun under his wing. The two of them have been tearing up the tag team division, waging wars with Los Felinos Fatales, and more often than not, getting the upper hand. Knee to the back of the head, Hoxton. Very much full of himself as ever, I think. Probably more so after his win. His election. Here comes Slate. Laying into Williams with those right hands. Cleaning his clock, if you will. Shot to the midsection, though, forcing Slate to release his hold. There's another great head scissors takedown. Got to admire the athleticism of Deshaun Williams. I think he was about to make the tag, but he saw Slate starting to get back up to his feet. Deshaun with some quick thinking, kick to the gut, caught this time though, spun around, clothesline by the OG Dirty Heel. Frequent tags by the champs. Hot tag to Perry Heenan. Here he comes like a absolute house of fire. Big boot. Smashing in the face of Hoxton, and there's a pendulum backbreaker. That's what Perry Heenan thinks about Shea Hoxton being elected as Senator of Nevada. He doesn't care. Heenan with some big power moves to Hoxton. Cheeky jab and knocks him right out of the ring with a clothesline. If only this was a Royal Rumble match, he would have won right there. Tries to go for some sort of high knee. Heenan spins him around and right off the steel post. How did that taste? Probably not too good if I had to guess. And further alongside the ring, Heenan having his way with the Gambler. Overhand punch gets caught. Shea Hoxton with a forearm smash. Tries to go for that knee again, and Perry Heenan says, "You!" Spins him around and nails him with a double axe handle. Collar double tie-up. Hoxton surprisingly gets the better of the pit bull in that exchange. And Hoxton calling an emergency meeting here, perhaps. Slate giving him some good words, a bit of motivation, and now Slate talking some trash to Heenan and telling him he might as well stay down. And look how Hoxton is hiding behind Slate. Both men back into the ring, staring each other down. Daggers. Oh, and there's a drop kick in the corner, washing the face right off of Perry Heenan. Hoxton seems to allow that hot tag. Seems as though he wants a piece of Deshaun Williams. Maybe he sees him as the weaker link. Going in for that choke slam. Wow, quick thinking by Deshaun. Reverses the choke slam. Bicycle knee catching Hoxton right on the chin. And Deshaun with the trouble in paradise. That spinning roundhouse kick doesn't go for the pin. Instead, a stunner. And is this a rookie mistake by Williams? He should have gone for a pin after both of those big moves. Maybe trying to prove himself here against the Unified World Tag Team Champions. Now goes for the pin, but too little too late. Hoxton able to kick out. I think Hoxton was KO'd after that stunner. That's when Deshaun should have tried to finish him off, but I don't know what Williams is playing at here. Snapmare kick to the middle of the back. Going up top is Deshaun. You see Slade is not too happy. Deshaun takes the risk, and it does not pay off. 50-50 every time you jump off that top rope. Now he's raking at the eyes. Hoxton getting dirty. Punch right up under the ribs. And now he's got his fingers up Deshaun's nose. Stomp down on the back of the head. That's a cringeworthy shot right there. I wonder if Hoxton's going to hit that move on any of his political adversaries. Tag to Slate. Dodges the grapple. Some well-placed kicks to the back of the knee. Looking for a tag. Nope. The takeover just coming off that war they had with red, white, and blue. Picked up the win. And you know if they knock off the champs here, they will surely be #1 contenders. Oh, kick to the back again. S&S Connection trying to put a spike in their momentum. Slate can't stop these kicks. He's trying to. And just when you think you know what Deshaun's going to go for, mixes it up. Slate's still able to slow his roll with that sidewalk slam, and now it seems like the show is thinking. Those cogs turning in his mind. Again going for the eyes. Following Hoxton's lead. Definitely interesting to see that at the end of last season, Hoxton and Slate were enemies. And now they're going to end this season as allies and unified World Tag Team Champions. A lot can happen in a year. Runs right into that gut wrench. There's the Slate walk slam. And now it might only be a matter of time. Slate hooks the leg. 1, 2. Deshaun not needing the help of Perry Heaton, even though the pit bull was there and ready. Deshaun staring Slate right in his eyes. I'll say this much, Deshaun's got some balls on him. Stomp to the quad, Slate from behind. You never know he can strike with that slain by Slate. Brings Deshaun to his feet. Oh, a Yakuza kick. And Slate's like, yeah, what do you think of that? That was pretty awesome, man. Elbow to the top of the head. Dizzy is Deshaun, and not too dizzy. Able to fire off a jawbreaker, runs into a front headlock, hammer fist to the upper back. Xander's throwing him overhead with a sort of fisherman's. And Slate continuing to bask in his own glory, much to the chagrin of these fans in attendance, and Slate not taking Deshaun very seriously, mocking the rookie, running his mouth. That's what he does best. Slate took too long, though. Tries to go for a chop block out of desperation. The Takeover looking for another doozy here on Supremacy to follow up their memorable clash with Vance Vintage and Chilean Red. Last call from the top rope. And Slate saying he's done. He ain't getting back up. Perhaps Slate is correct. What is he doing, though? Taking his time. Double axe handle. Deshaun ducks it. Chop block to the front. Oh, wait a minute, guys. Perry Heaton. He just told Deshaun, no, you do it. You get in there and get the job done. Williams wanted to make a tag. I guess a valuable lesson from Perry Heaton. Sometimes you got to rely on yourself, but Deshaun turns around right into Slate by Slate, and that's going to do it. A little bit of a miscommunication. An attempt at a lesson by Perry Heaton ends in dismay as Slate blasts Deshaun with the slain by Slate and gets the victory. And now Perry trying to check on Deshaun. He knows that was partially his fault. And the champions sending a message to the rest of the tag team division, getting rid of Perry Heaton and now beating the hell out of a defenseless Deshaun and Williams Hoxton, throwing out the trash. The champs reigning on top here tonight. Despicable, Hoxton. And into our tertiary main event we go, lads and gents. Another Money in the Bank qualifying match as George King gets set to take on Patch Mondo, guys. And final qualifier, Christian Guy takes on Golden Cat, who will be the final two to join Gary Reed, Dave Turner, Jared Leon, and Masawa Kage. George King returning with a fire lit under his ass a couple of weeks ago. Of course, we hadn't seen him since losing his international championship to Quantum. Took himself a bit of a reprieve after a season of ups and downs, but now George King has come back, and judging by his past performance, not to be toyed with, Patch Mondo definitely has got a hill to climb here tonight if he wants to make it to Ascendance. Patch Mondo, who has captured the hearts of many in the CMV universe since debuting a little over a month ago. Last time we saw him, he was taken out by Bloody Justice in their return match. But this kid has got a lot of heart from the Czech Republic. The first ever superstar here in CMV to hail from the Czech Republic. And man, he is just being shown no mercy. George King does not give a shit about the story of Patch Mondo. You know, last year, George King main evented Ascendance, walked in as undisputable heavyweight champion, lost the title to PJ Moon, and then Moon was cashed in on almost immediately by Chris Proudfoot. Chris Proudfoot ended Ascendance as the new undisputed heavyweight champion. I think George King may be looking to take a page out of his book this year if George King can beat Patch Mondo here and qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. I think right now, out of Gary Reed, Dave Turner, Jared Leon, and Masawa Kage, Dave Turner's got to be the favorite. He's a previous Money in the Bank winner. But if George King qualifies here, that's going to be a tough call. Patch Mondo, though, proven to be a superstar not to be underestimated. George King came out swinging. Patch Mondo's trying to give him a bit of a fight back now. Another STO. It's been a long journey back to the top for George King. A full year since he lost his undisputed heavyweight championship. Can he end the season putting himself in prime position to kick off next season as the next undisputed champion? Of course, the current undisputed champion, Jason Spade, in action. Our main event here tonight, Andrew Briggs and Brett Curtis taking on Turner and Spade. Patch Mondo launched down alongside the ring. This would be a huge win. Would definitely eclipse Patch's victory over Bloody Justice, which many called a monumental upset for sure. Patch Mondo not able to win the rematch. But if he can put down George King here, one of the best to ever do it, a former undisputed heavyweight champion, and qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match, forget about it. George King up to Brett's rope. Truly not a superstar who often takes to the ropes, but I guess he's feeling froggy here tonight. Stalls a bit on the second elbow drop and pays for it. Patch Mondo rolls out of the way, now into the corner, goes for a kick, caught by King, elbow to the knee, and here comes some more knees. Unrelenting is the offense of George King, who drops down to one knee. Seems like he might be gassed. That's good news for Patch Mondo, if he can try and find a way to capitalize. George King lets him back into the ring, only to bring him into a front headlock. European uppercut out of said front headlock, and back body drops him out of the ring, does Mondo. Mondo throwing up the Texan horns, perhaps alluding to the fact that Ascendance is in Dallas, Texas this year, telling everyone he's going to be rocking a cowboy hat when he comes out for the Money in the Bank ladder match. George King strutting his stuff to the fans here in the front row. Very confident in his own abilities. Count of 6. George King, oh, with the pump handle Samoan drop combination. Pachimondo retaliating with a throw into the steel steps. Like I said, Pachimondo, if he hopes to go to Ascendance 8, hopes to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match, a tall hill to climb here in George King. King with a very slow, methodical pace, taking his time here in the corner as he picks Pachimondo apart bit by bit, chop by chop. George King knows the longer this match goes on, the more it might benefit Pachimondo as the more slim. So George King's going to try to finish this match off right now, looking for the Royal Flush, but Pachimondo countered. Pachimondo looking for a comeback, looking for an even bigger upset from his victory over Bloody Justice, but George King, man, so quickly shut that down. And he knows these fans are behind Pachimondo. But George King took his eyes off the ball, and Patch from the apron, a sunset flip, rolling George King up. We've seen that work before. Full Nelson, ooh. Dragon suplex. Patch. Wasteland. Dropping immediately into the pin. 1, 2, no. Patch thought he had it there. Honestly, for a split second, I did too. These fans certainly did. But Patch isn't done. Elevated flatliner. Stomp down onto the face. Patch. Wait a minute. Coming at us with a whole nother level of offense we haven't seen from him before. And Pachimondo has just pinned George King. Pachimondo is going to Ascendance 8. Pachimondo has just qualified for the Money in the Bank ladder match. Can you believe it? George King certainly can't. Patch offers the handshake though, and the veteran takes it. George King not going to Ascendance, but, well, seems like he's going to at least end the season showing a bit of sportsmanship. Wow. Sorry about that. To blow my nose real quick. But after an upset like that, who is going to be the sixth and final participant in this year's Money in the Bank ladder match, guys? At Ascendance 8, who's going to join Gary Reed, Dave Turner, Jared Misawa Kage, and Patch Mondo? So far, it's been a lot of upsets. I think Misawa Kage beating Mike Miles was a bit of an upset. Certainly, Patch Mondo defeating George King. Although I don't see either one of these superstars as really having a definitive edge over the other. Christian Kai and Golden Cat, I think a very even playing field, and I think has the potential to steal the show here tonight. Our final Money in the Bank qualifier, Christian Kai, Golden Cat, who is going to the show of shows. A very interesting lineup. You know, Gary Reed, who is a submission expert. How will he fare in a ladder match where submissions don't really play a part? I mean, I guess you can think of it like this. If he takes out his opponent's arms, which he's known for, they can't climb the ladder. And then you've got Dave Turner, of course, a former Money in the Bank ladder match winner. He's got the experience. He's got to be the odds-on favorite. You've got Jared Leon, a brute. Perhaps with his power, he can just take everybody out, although he's definitely going to be slower. That'll be a disadvantage. You've got Misawa Kage, a striker through and through. Also quick on his feet, though, when he has to be. So he'll definitely be one to watch out for. And then Patch Mondo, who's an absolute unknown. He's only had 4 matches here in CMV, but he's beaten Bloody Justice and George King. So Patch Mondo, the real dark horse, and well, whichever one of these two superstars is victorious, Christian Kai or Golden Cat, they're both very similar in style, very fast, very agile. A ladder match is definitely going to be their kind of party. But who indeed will it be? The man who calls himself the natural Christian Kai, or one half of Los Felinos Fatales, a Golden Cat who earned his way into this match by winning a triple threat last week. Christian Kai has taken this fight to the top rope already, and Christian Kai may be looking to end this match already. A Spanish fly from the High Rent District. Not even a 1 count, though. That may have taken off one of Golden Cat's 9 lives. But it's not going to finish him off in this match here. Still to come in our main event, Andrew Briggs and Brett Curtis team up. Could be a shaky alliance to take on Dave Turner and undisputed with heavyweight champion Jason Spade as Golden Cat gets dropped on the top rope. Spinning soul kick caught. Golden Cat with a shot up under the knee. Tries to go for a calf kick. Steps out of the way. Christian Kai snapping Golden Cat over his knee. And Christian Kai, who has not had the best of luck these last few weeks. Of course, at Purgatory, he was a part of a triple threat match for the European Championship where he wasn't involved in the decision, and then lost that tag team match last week. He and Misawa Kage falling to Gary Reed and Mike Miles. So Kai, this is certainly his last opportunity to get on the Ascendance 8 card. But it's really an opportunity for him to end the season strong as he just about caves in Golden Cat's head with that knee. Christian Kai is the 6th and final man to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match, just like that. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to edit that. I just realized that was a thing like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh, what's this? And I was playing around with some stuff. None of that is set in stone yet. Luckily, no one's discovered it yet except you, so. But yes, Christian Kai taking out the cat. And so our final lineup, Gary Reed, Dave Turner, Jared Leon, Misawa Kage, Patch Mondo, and Christian Kai. Those are the 6 superstars who will compete at Ascendance 8 in the Money in the Bank ladder match. One of those 6 going to head into next season with the potential to be the next undisputed heavyweight champion. What a showing by Christian Kai, though, taking out Golden Cat with relative ease, I must say. It's been a rough couple of months. A rough season for Los Felinos Fatales, and it doesn't look like things are getting better, at least not anytime soon. And now, my fine feathered friends, it is main event time here on Supremacy number 42 as Andrew Briggs and Brett Curtis take on Dave Turner and undisputed world heavyweight champion Jason Spade. The coalition to kill Jason Spade. At first, Brett Curtis was a bit hesitant. We saw Andrew Briggs approach him backstage at the top of the month. Brett Curtis was like, nah, fam, I don't think so. He blew Andrew Briggs off. But after Andrew Briggs knocked off Brett Curtis last week, the two shook hands, and it seemed like Brett Curtis reconsidered. And then, of course, Jason Spade attacking him post-match with a kendo stick probably was the cherry on top. So now Andrew Briggs and Brett Curtis going to unify to try and take down Dave Turner and Jason Spade here. But guys, big-time news. We know that at the show of shows at Ascendance 8, Andrew Briggs for Winning King of the Hill is set to take on Jason Spade for the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. But this has just been announced. Next week on the Go Home show, Curtis will take on Jason Spade in a street fight. And if Brett Curtis wins, then he will be added to the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship match at Ascendance, making it a triple threat. So Brett Curtis is going to get what he wants. He's going to get the opportunity to step out of the shadow of Jason Spade, even though he says that wasn't his reasoning for turning on Spade. Everybody knows that it was. Everybody knows that it was, and their mothers too. So Brett Curtis, next week, he has the chance. He beats Jason Spade, he gets added to the main event. A shot at the undisputed heavyweight championship. But if he loses, then there's no ascendance at all for Brett Curtis. Excuse my nose been acting crazy today. I think I'm coming down with something, hopefully not COVID. because I hate the universe. Sorry about that. I had to blow my nose again. It started bleeding. I think I'm dying. This is it. Should I change it to global universe mode then? Community global mode. Alright, finally, time to get into our main event after a minor interruption from the game. Brett Curtis kicking things off against Dave Turner, guys, but Brett Curtis showing up to the arena tonight and hearing the news that next week he has the potential to headline the show of shows, the showcase of the Immortals, the grandest stage of them all, Ascendance 8, if and only if he can beat Jason Spade in a street fight. There's got to be a lot on the mind of Brett Curtis. And how does Andrew Briggs feel about that? The fact that Andrew Briggs is going to be on the sidelines watching. Will he get his one-on-one shot at Jason Spade, or will it be turned into a triple threat? And how about Jason Spade, the champion? Of course, we know triple threats, you don't even have to be involved in the decision to lose your title. But Jason Spade, we know how competent he is. He said it a couple of weeks ago as he finally gets an opportunity to... Oh, man. Finally, Jason Spade has waited all month to get his hands on Brett Curtis, and Andrew Briggs freaking tags himself in. Real cheek move there by the King of the Hill. Jason Spade said Brett Curtis, he's going to get his. And if Jason Spade can stop Brett Curtis from making it to Ascendance 8, well, that'll definitely be a significant strike back. It's all or nothing, do or die for Brett Curtis next week. He wins or he loses. He goes to Ascendance 8, or he sits at home and watches it on the couch. Is he truly the better between he and Jason Spade? He's got the chance to prove it next week and the chance to send a message to Spade here tonight in this tag team match. Perhaps try and soften Jason Spade up a bit. Dave Turner, who qualified for the Money in the Bank ladder match last week, lending his aid to Jason Spade here tonight. Of course, he and Andrew Briggs have been going at it the last couple of months. Dave Turner bashing Andrew's head in at Purgatory with a metal baseball bat to put an exclamation point on their rivalry. Dave Turner sharing the ring, though, with potentially all of the three men, one of them gonna leave Ascendance 8 as undisputed world heavyweight champion. If he wins Money in the Bank, well, he's gonna have his eyes on them, that's for sure. Spade giving Brett Curtis a taste of the Collar City Clutch. See how he grabbed that little, what do you call that? It's not a ponytail. It's not exactly a man bun. It's kind of like a, I don't know, a rat tail or something. No disrespect to Brett Curtis. Moonsault by Jason Spade, nowhere close to landing that. Still goes for the pin, though. What a professional. Jason Spade, nowhere near landing that moonsault. Still goes for the pin. That strong gust of wind, he thought maybe would have been enough to put Brett Curtis down for the 3 count. Snapmare out of the corner and a soccer ball kick now tagged to Dave Turner. Dave Turner watching as Brett Curtis tries to crawl away. Float over DDT, spiking Turner. Brett Curtis, man, he's feeling himself right now. Everything has led up to this. Into next week. And the street fight. Brett Curtis shakes his head. Looks like he was contemplating a tag to Andrew Briggs. Still is. Looks like he's shaking his head. Does he want to rely on, I just noticed Dave Turner has his leg up. What's going on here, though? Dave Turner in a spot of trouble, it looks like. Let's see if we can help him. Dave's taking a piss. Not looking good. Dave Turner still presenting in the ring. Ruh-roh. Looks like we might have to get someone out here to help Dave Turner and maybe restart this match. Because it doesn't seem like he is, doesn't seem like he's doing okay. So it looks like Dave Turner getting helped out by the ref, checking on him, making sure he's okay. Oh, and Brett Curtis just jumping right back on top of him here. Brett Curtis interfering in the referee trying to check on Dave Turner and make sure he's okay to continue. And Brett Curtis locked in a knee bar. Dave Turner has finally been awoken from his state of presentation, and now is back into this match, but hopefully he's okay to finish the rest of this match. The referee didn't really get a proper chance to fully check him out and ensure that he was indeed 100%. Hey, that's a legitimate injury, all right? Brad Curtis not showing a hint of remorse, though. Oh, back suplex by Turner, who makes the wise decision as soon as he gets an opening to tag Jason Spade. Might be best for Turner to play out the rest of this match on the apron. Could be that this is now a handicap situation for Jason Spade. Full Nelson turned into a reverse DDT. Rolls out of the way as Brett Curtis tries to go for a bicycle kick. Overhand counter. These two know each other too well. Unified World Tag Team Champions. Dominated the division for much of this season. At first, nobody thought they were going to be able to coexist, but little did we know. Front headlock by Andrew Briggs, now the legal man. And now it's Jason Spade who's showing himself off to Brett Curtis. Forearm smash. This is the first time that Briggs and Spade have shared a ring together. A little taste of what's to come, whether or not Brett Curtis will also be a part of the fun, will be decided next week. Excuse me. Man, my allergies are going crazy today. Jason Spade tagging in Dave Turner. I don't know if he was given a whole lot of time, though, or enough time to properly rest up. Let's hope so. Goes right after Andrew Briggs, forces him into a retreat. Pardon me one moment. Sorry about that. Kick to the midsection by Dave Turner. Popping Andrew Briggs up into a suplex position. Stalling a bit. Oh, lifting that leg again. I don't know if that was showing off or if that was Dave Turner wrestling with a potential groin injury here. I didn't see any shots to the nether region, though, by either Andrew Briggs or Brett Curtis. Count of 11. Andrew Briggs into the blinding lights. And these two just picking up right where they left off at Purgatory. No care. They just want to beat the hell out of each other. Oh, there's a nasty, nasty bicycle kick by Dave Turner. Count of 15, guys. Dave Turner not giving a shit. He is completely ignoring the count and just ripping into Andrew Briggs with no sign of stopping. Right onto the bicep. Jesus. Brett Curtis not lifting a finger to try and help. Look at this. Dave Turner. Oh, but he breaks the count like the absolute legend that he is. Dave Turner not going to win this match by count out like I'm sure Andrew Briggs would have if given the opportunity. Sorry guys, I'm wrestling my own match over here with my frickin' nose. Dave Turner, after kicking the hell out of Andrew Briggs, throws him back into the ring, but maybe a mishap as Briggs able to make that a hot tag. Jeez, what a roundhouse kick. Brett Curtis goes down like a sack of stone. Only able to pick up a 1 count though is DT. Turner quick to bring Brett Curtis up into position for the Psycho Driver. Vintage Dave Turner shoots the half, hooks the leg. 1, 2. And much like Brett Curtis before, didn't try and help Andrew Briggs. Andrew Briggs not trying to help Brett Curtis. Brett Curtis has to help himself. Tag to Jason Spade. Waft Brett Curtis to hell with that kendo stick last week. And that'll all be legal next week in the street fight. Float over DDT by Brett Curtis. Tries to go for pin maybe, but Jason Spade says I'm too quick for you. Wicked combination. Blink and you miss it offense. Another float over DDT though. Hey. Gotta use what works for you. Jason Spade again rolls out of the way. Hurricane Rana. And some right hands lighting up that forehead. Spade now going for maybe a stunner or a cutter. Spending so much time in the ring with one another though. Traveling together. Sharing hotel rooms together. These two know each other on a whole nother level. So it might be a case here tonight, and especially next week when they're going one-on-one, of bringing something new to the table, something the other does not expect. Off the ropes, hip toss, cartwheel, knee to the base. Hot tag though, Brett Curtis immediately knew where he was and took the way out. Andrew Briggs flopping like a fish out of water at the mercy of Jason Spade here, who's not looking to show when he tries to go low and gets a knee. Oh, and Andrew Briggs instantaneously taking Spade out. My bad, guys. Sorry if that hurt your ears. I'm still getting used to the new setup. I forgot I didn't have as much room to lean back, and I just ripped the freaking controller right off the desk. Jason Spade able to survive the Shining Wizard. And now trying to perhaps make a tag to Dave Turner. But Andrew Briggs knows he has Spade hurting. Knows that if he keeps him in the ring, it'll only be a matter of time. What's Andrew Briggs thinking here? Those cogs are turning in his mind for sure. Jason Spade right there to make a tag, but Dave Turner, it seems, too busy staring a hole through Andrew Briggs to try and offer the hand. Big punch in the corner. Bad part of town to be in for Jason Spade. The Coalition kicking the crap out of him. Ooh, and there's a nice Michinoku driver. Brad Curtis taking lumps out of Jason Spade to try and soften him up, give himself as much of an advantage as he possibly can going into the street fight next week. Close 2 count on that Michinoku driver. Now we get a Blue Thunder Bomb. Brett Curtis has been using this a lot as of late. Will it be enough to win him this match? Shoots the half. Hooks the leg. Big momentum boost for Curtis here. Only a 2 count though. Spade. And if Brett Curtis is getting worried here, man, what's he going to do next week? Andrew Briggs up on the top rope. What the hell is he doing? Tries to go for a missile dropkick. Didn't really do much good for anybody though. And in the chaos, Jason Spade hits that knee to the chest. And nearly that would have been a 3 count if not for Andrew Briggs breaking it up. Not going to be anybody there to save Brett Curtis next week though. He has to prove himself that he truly is the better man, that he deserves to be at Ascendance and competing for that undisputed championship. Big Michinoku driver. 1, 2, Spade though. And Brad Curtis almost can't believe it. He's beside himself. Jason Spade punch to the pec. Oh, double boot stomp to the sternum. And almost instantly Spade looks to flip the switch. Just as he has the upper hand. Lansenberg lobotomy. I don't think so, says Brett Curtis, bringing Jason Spade down to one knee, but Spade fighting back to his feet with some punches to the midsection, creating some distance just enough, gets off the Irish whip out onto the apron, hanging on for dear life. But Spade says, get out of here. No, says Brett Curtis, this is my ring. Slingshot missile dropkick. Amazing. Brett Curtis marking out to himself. Although, credit where it's due, that was pretty incredible. Forearm smash. Get that shit out of here, says Spade. Irish whip on the rebound. Snap power slam with some stank on it. Full mount. And Brett Curtis letting loose the frustrations that have been mounting for months now. Michinoku driver, one after the other, again and again. And that is just Brett Curtis. Salt in the wound. Michinoku driver again. 1, 2, 3. What? Brett Curtis. Jaw dropped, and for good reason. Jason Spade will not give him the satisfaction here tonight of pinning him. To his detriment. Spade not staying down. And the more and more he fights, the bigger the possibility that he suffers some kind of injury here, or isn't 100% to meet Brett Curtis next week in the street fight, or at Ascendance when the Undisputed Championship is on the line. A third Michinoku driver, and Brett Curtis finally gets the 3 count, finally pins Jason Spade. Message sent, but can Brett Curtis do it by himself next week when it matters most in a street fight? And if Brett Curtis wins, he is added to the main event at Ascendance 8. He is added to the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship match. Jason Spade taking the pin in the end after definitely making Brett Curtis earn it. And now the question is, after all of that, will Jason Spade be 100% and ready for Brett Curtis next week? Look at that, Brett Curtis bleeding from almost every single part of his head.